Students, welcome back. Now coming to the another topic, that is access modifiers in Java. Whenever you've seen the word access modifiers, so you'll get a public, private, protected names in your mind, right? So now let's have a look on what is this access modifiers, which if you declare with a public or private, what happens? Let's see. Access modifiers are also called as access specifiers. We used to call it as also access specifiers. So don't get confused if you see the word access specifiers. Both are same. Modifiers and the specifiers both are the same. Because they specifies access permissions to variable, method and classes, interfaces, etc. We are giving a permissions to the variables, methods, classes, interface and more. So by using these access modifiers, there are four types of access modifiers. Actually, public, private, protected is a name you again. No name, default is also modifier. So if you didn't give any name, so that is also a modifier. Means it is trying to do some task, right or wrong? A class or method or a variable, it is going to do some task. So then so that is also, you call it as a modifier. So if you declare it as a public, it's a public modifier. Private, protected and no name. So these are the four types of the modifiers. So let's see. The private, if you declare it as a private, their scope is limited to class only. So if I declare anything as a private, that is mine only. So I won't show so my passwords, my usernames, whatever my secret content, that I'll declare it as a private. So that can be limited, that can be accessed by me only. It's a class only, private. Protected scope means it's limited to packages and subclasses. Subclasses can be outside the package also. Protected. So protected, so if I declared anything as a protected, that can be limited to packages and subclasses. Means suppose if I am having any secret, so that secret I declare it as a protected, so that can be shared to my family members and to my relatives. Only to my family members and to relatives. That is a protected, because those are my family. My relatives are all my own. So that is a protected. Private means it's only for me. I'm not able to share to anyone. I'm not able to share to my family also. That is a private scope. It's limited to class only. But protected scope means it's limited to packages and the subclasses also. If those subclasses are present outside the package also, it is okay. Okay. So I'll explain with an example. Don't get confused. Private, it's a class only. Remember that word. Protected means but limited to package and subclasses. Public means not restricted. Anyone can see. Anyone can see. No name by default. Scope is limited to packages only. If you didn't mention anything, so that is, you call it as a default specifier. That is a no name. Is limited to only that particular package. Okay. So in Java, outer class cannot be private and cannot be protected. Remember student, outer class, whatever the class that is outside the another class, that should not be private and cannot be protected. Why ma'am? Why it should not be private? If it is a private, then there is no use of inserting in your program. Because it is a private, you can't access that class. If you are not accessing the class, why you are inserting into your program? So there is no use. Okay. So cannot be private and cannot be protected. In Java, outer interface also cannot be private and cannot be protected. Outer interface also cannot be private and cannot be protected. So that is what I am saying. Okay. So outer class cannot be private and protected means, that means if you take class A, okay, it is valid. By default, it is nothing is there. Suppose if I declare it as a private class A, okay, it's not valid. It's not valid. Suppose protected class A, if I declare it as protected class A, this is also not valid. Public means valid. Public class A, so you can access anywhere. It is valid. In the same way, interface also. Interface A, valid. Interface A, it's a valid. In the same way, private interface be a protected interface way, it's both are not valid. Public interface way, valid. Okay. And one more point. So the access modifier means the restrictions means private is more restricted. Next, default, because it is only for packages. It is limited to only for packages. Next restriction is protected. So this is for packages and subclasses. Packages and subclasses. And this is for all. No restriction. So this is the hierarchy of access modifiers. Restriction of access mod. First, private is more restricted. Next, no name, default. Remember students, because no name is only limited to packages only. It can't access in the sub packages also. Okay. And protected, if you declare it as a protected, it is packages and subclasses can also access. And here all can access. Okay. Okay. So let's see an example to understand more about this. So let me write the scope and all these things. So let's take the scope of the variables. Okay. And let me write here the variable to, visible to. Okay. Scope. Okay. So public, I declared the class A as a public. So the class A can be accessed by any other class in any other program. So int A is equal to 10. Okay. This initialization, this int A is equal to 10. Here this package is ABC. It doesn't declare anything. Means by default it is no name package. No name package or default package. Now, default package is only within the package it is accessed. Scope is within the package. Within the package. Then visibility is A class can see, B class can see, and C class is also C within the package only. Within the, because this is one package, this is all one program only, sorry, this is package XYZ and this is a package ABC. Package XYZ and package ABC. So no name means within the package. So it is scope is package and visible to ABC within the package. Now coming to the private. So if I declared int B as a private, int B as a private means scope is only to this class, this particular class only for class A. Okay. Visibility only for class A. Okay. Protected. If I declare, initialize the value variable with a protected means this package and the subclass. This is a package, class A. Okay. Package and as well as the subclasses, BC also. Okay. Scope is packages and subclasses. So then visible to A, B, C, D also. So because class D is extends A. Class D is extends A. Packages and subclasses. So class D is also subclass because it is extends A. It is extends A. So this also comes under the sub package. Not E, because E is present in another package. Okay. But it is not a subclass of this. So only class D is extends A is a subclasses. A, B, C, D. So why I am taking C visible? Because C is within the package. C is within the package and D is outside the package, but it is a subclass. It is a subclass. So that's why the protected is A, B, C, D. Visible is A, B, C, D. Subclasses. Public. Public means no restriction. No restriction. No restriction. So subclasses can be outside the package also. Subclass can be outside the package also. And this is visible to A, B, C, D, E. All. Okay. Within the package and outside the package because it is a public. There is no restriction. So this is about the scope and visibility of a program. If you declare it as a private, what is the scope, and if it is declared, what is the to which classes it is visible. So I had written ABC is a one package and XYZ DE in another package, but D extends the A. So this example will clarify its every doubt. So if you want to access a D variable, so if you want to access suppose this D variable in class E, so here D in class A class should be public. So A class should be public. Okay, it is public. So to access is, first you need to create an object. First create an object. Then only you can access those variables. By the help of object only we can access those variables. So this is about the access modifier, students. I hope you will understand what exactly the access modifier, what will be the private, when you use the private and when you use the public, what happened if you use the protected, and that will clarify this example. Thank you.